So hello and welcome to the video. Another visit to Geoguessr today, which for those of you who missed my first video on this subject, which is linked up here, is a game built upon Google's Street View. It's a pretty fun game too. That video gave some background as to its development, so if you haven't seen it already, why don't you give it a watch? I got a positive response to that video too, which has inspired me to make another one. That first video featured the country streak version of the game, where you only have to determine the country you're in. You don't have to worry about being too precise as to your location. Today I'll be playing the main version of the game, where you get points based on how close you click to where the photograph was taken. Each game has 5 rounds with 5,000 points on offer each round, so 25,000 points in total. And that's the goal for this video, to achieve perfection. But as in real life, perfection on Geoguessr is not straightforward. So I will be playing one of the easiest possible games, which is very helpfully called Dumb Test. It's rated as very easy and has only 25 locations contained within it. So as I've played this game a couple of times, there's a fairly good chance I'll come across a location that I've seen before, which will help the quest for perfection. Although I had no clue about some of these locations when I first saw them, so there may still be some stinkers lurking, which will give this quest for perfection some teeth. So stick around. Hi, I'm Matt. Over the last 25 years, I've travelled a lot. I've lived in 5 countries on 4 continents. I've flown over 1.3 million miles. I've visited over 100 countries, every American state, but I'm nowhere near done. So subscribe to the channel so you can come with me. So let's begin. Dumb test. I'm actually quite nervous. As you can see, 25 locations, quite a few people have played it. Let's go. So I'm keeping this as easy as possible by allowing myself no time limit, and I can also move. I'm going to give myself every possible chance of getting this right. Okay, first one, Arc de Triomphe with a slightly odd ghosting experience. Now, this is obviously Paris, and I believe that is the Champs-Élysées. Quite a complicated road junction here, so the key will be to work out which end of it that we are. So let's get close and then finesse how we go through. So the Champs-Élysées, the Arc de Triomphe is up here. That is the Champs-Élysées, and I think we are about here. So let's finesse. We are just on the edge of the street, a ghost car there, and yeah, so I think we are about there. First one down, 14 yards away, 5,000 points. You can actually see that the official position is across the road, which isn't quite right, so you have to keep an eye out for that. That may still lead you to drop a point if you get it a little bit wrong. Right, Santa Monica Pier. Now this is the corner of Colorado and Ocean in Santa Monica. Very nice it looks too. Not too difficult, I think. So we'll go in, find Santa Monica Pier, in. There's Ocean, and that I think is Colorado. So let's finesse. We are actually in the middle of the road, just slightly off center. So we'll go about there. Submit. 9 yards, 2 down. How exciting. Right, that is the Seattle Space Needle, which is a fun place to visit. I remember when I first went there, there were a large number of fairly elderly people having a tea dance in the lobby, which was very quaint to see, even if it was a bit incongruous and not perhaps what I'd expected to find. So the Space Needle is just north of downtown, and that little pond, Howard S. Wright Memorial Fountain, which doesn't look quite as big in real life as it might seem on the map. So we are about here. We're actually in the road. Yes, again, doesn't really look like a road, but that I think is where we are. Guess. 2 yards. I think that's the best I've ever done. 3 down, 2 to go. Whew. Right. Her name is Rio, and she dances on the shore. Pretty sure my singing won't lead to a copyright claim by Duran Duran for that rendition. This one I think is quite straightforward. Let's go and find Rio. Cristo Redento, Christ the Redeemer. Here she is, or he. And we are facing it, and there looks like a little walkway to a viewing platform, which I think we are just at the edge of. Let's go and have a look over the edge. Yeah, that's not a bad view, is it? Never been to Rio. Was expecting to go there on a cruise with our friends at Norwegian Cruise Lines. Check out the video for my thoughts on them, but that's not going to happen now, so I will have to come up with another reason or excuse to go. The other little button here is return to start, which gets you back to the actual point, and I think we can fairly safely lock ourselves in as being there. 6 yards. So the actual point again is just off the walkway, which isn't completely accurate, but there we go. 4 down and we're on target, and viva Las Vegas once again, risking a copyright strike, but once again I don't think there's any particular great risk. Now look at the crowd of people queuing patiently for their opportunity to be photographed next to a large plastic sign. There's a parking lot here, and the critical thing is the airport is here, so you can go to Vegas, which is over here, not San Francisco. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. It's where the Vegas Boulevard turns horizontal, and welcome to fabulous Las Vegas sign. You can see this little indent here is this portion of the airport. Quick top tip for plane spotters if you're ever in Vegas. This road along the bottom here, East Sunset, it's a very, very good spot for plane spotting. You can park up here and watch the runways with a fairly unencumbered view. So if you're ever in Vegas and you enjoy aeroplanes, go check that out. So we are this side of the road. We are about maybe a little bit further up, next to the Vegas sign, just north of the parking, and we did it! First time. Gotta be happy with that. 25,000 points in total. Perfection. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Give Geoguessr a check. There are lots and lots and lots and lots of different games available. Some of them pretty trivially easy like this one. Some of them much, much more difficult. Indeed, deliberately difficult. There are even some maps that people have created that are set up to intentionally deceive you as to where you are, and they can be quite good fun too. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.